Alrighty, guys, we are live. I'm Brett Garamella, and we are here to announce the Mavic Mini winner. I know you guys have all been waiting for this. Hopefully, we'll get a lot of people on the live stream today. Okay, got to just adjust my camera. Let me just move this a little closer. A little closer. Let me move back a little bit. All right. All right, see a bunch of people on. Good to see you guys. So I'm going to go over the agenda for today, and then we're going to get right into it. Okay, so first things first, on this live stream, I don't want to make it too long. So if you have a question, keep it to the end. I'll answer some of your questions at the end. It depends on how many questions we get. I appreciate everyone tuning in. And what we're going to do is, here's the agenda. So the agenda for today is, I'm first going to start off by giving you 3 tips for using the Mavic Mini. So wanted to give you some useful tips. Even if you don't win, you could still have these useful tips if you decide to get the Mavic Mini. If you win, that's awesome. Okay. So second thing is on the agenda, I'm going to give you a link to my free drone gear guide. So if you don't win, you can still get consolation prize, still get something that you could download and use that. And I think it's very helpful. Third thing is, I'm also going to talk about my favorite comments. Then I'm going to announce the winner, and I do have a runner-up in case that winner doesn't get back to me within 24 hours. I have a backup person that I chose that will win the Mini if the first person doesn't get back to me with their email address, so I can send it to them. And then lastly, we're going to end with the question and answer. So if you have a question, just hold it to the end, and I will try to my best to get to it. All right, we got 32 people already. Good to see. Okay, so first thing I'm going to get into before we announce the winner, just going to do my top 3 tips that I found from using the Mavic Mini, or 3 tips that might be a little, might not see everywhere. Maybe you already know them, maybe you don't, but let me make sure this light is a little brighter. I think, oops, that's too much. All right, I think that's pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay, so my first tip for using the Mavic Mini, because it doesn't have something like OcuSync, I would recommend that for the Mavic Mini, I would recommend you calibrate the compass. So every time you fly, I know normally people with DJI drones, they only calibrate when the drone tells you to calibrate. But I found, because it doesn't have tremendous signal strength, it's not like a Mavic 2 or a Phantom 4 Pro, I would recommend you calibrate the compass every time before your flight. So that's my first recommendation, my first tip. My second tip is, because it doesn't have obstacle avoiding sensors, keep a line of sight, meaning always be able to see the drone. If you can't see the drone, if it's like over a building, over some trees, you could run into some trouble. Okay, so that's my second tip with this drone. Because it doesn't have obstacle avoidance, you want to play on a little more conservative, more on the safe side. All right, my third tip is, I've noticed this from flying outside. I like to fly in fog and get that nice, like that morning fog. It adds a nice cinematic look to the image. I've noticed when flying my Mavic 2, I have no problem. The propellers are so big, they're actually bigger than the Mavic Mini, that it sort of propels the moisture away, so the moisture doesn't really get into the motors. However, because the Mavic Mini motors, propellers are so small, if you fly in fog or fly in clouds, fog, you get moisture on the propellers, and it can get into the motors, which can cause problems, which will cause your drone to land, or give you a warning sign that tells you you need to land soon. So now it's also winter time, so if you're flying in fog and it's cold outside, you could get some like ice crystals on the propellers and on the motors that could cause problems. So just be cognizant of that. Be careful if flying in fog. I would recommend you can fly near it, but don't spend too much time in fog with the Mavic Mini. With the Mavic 2, I've never had a problem with it, but with the Mavic Mini, I have had a few issues where it's given me a warning, and then I've had to come back and land it. And I've noticed there's been some moisture on the motors and propellers. So that's just something to look out for. Next thing is, this is a big question I have. Do you have to register the Mavic Mini, if you, at least in the US and some other countries where it's 250 grams, is 250 grams or 0.55 pounds is the minimum weight you have to register your drone. Now, if you're in the US and you have the Mavic Mini, if you add a filter, a light, propeller cage, anything like that, you're going to have to register with the FAA, because that weight is the total weight before you take it off or upon takeoff. So although it's 249 grams, you can fly it. You don't have to register it if you just fly the drone itself. But if you add anything to it, like the propeller cage that comes with it, or a ND filter, or a light, or some other things, any other accessories you add to it, it's gonna put it over at that 250 gram limit. So make sure you register your Mavic Mini if you get it, because you're going to probably want to. I recommend using the propeller cage with no obstacle avoiding sensors. It does come in handy. So that's my last tip for the Mavic Mini. Okay, so second thing, before we get, we're very close. We're about 2 minutes away from announcing the winner. And if you haven't done so, this is my consolation prize. I know it's people like, oh, I don't want a consolation prize. I want to win. Well, I can't give away, 400 Mavic Minis. Just got one. So if you haven't done so, you could download my free drone gear guide. Now that drone gear guide goes through all my recommendations for drones in different price categories. Also has some apps and other things that might be helpful, accessories, etc., that I think will be very helpful. Everyone who has downloaded that guide has enjoyed it, and it's free. So I will put a link below this video, but you can just go to brettgaramella.com/guide. So just my name.com/guide, and you can download that free drone gear guide. Okay. And all right, before we announce the winner, I did read all the comments like I said I would, and there was a lot. There was over 400 comments, so it took me a little while to get through all of them, but I just wanted to, I'm not going to announce the top 2 comments, but I'm just going to go through a couple comments here that I thought were cool. The questions were great as well, but I can't answer all those questions here today because for time's sake. So let's see, we'll go through them. So Robert Mitchell said he's going to take the Mavic Mini with me while entertaining my brain injured boy. He has trouble maintaining attention to normal things. When I fly, he's 100% focused on the drone. So I thought that was really cool. Sorry about the names here. Mithin Madishan from Sri Lanka is in school, said he doesn't have the budget, or she doesn't have the budget for a drone, and they're going to use it for a class that they have there if they won, and they would report on deforestation in Sri Lanka. Okay, so I thought that was pretty cool. Got another comment from C Money. C Money said I would use it to propose the Mavic Mini to propose to my girlfriend of 6 years. I would tell you where, but a video of it would be even better. Okay, so that was pretty cool. And C Money from Canada, somewhere in Canada. And D Hoffman, last comment here I liked was, said, where I live in Ohio, we have a local drone club. So I'm starting a club for my county area to track and educate those interested in learning the basics and rules of the air. So having the Mini, which seems to be durable, resilient, and straightforward to fly a quad, to share it with the newcomers would be fantastic. Much appreciated to share with others. So those are some of the nice comments. I got a bunch of others. There's so many comments I got. Cheryl Meyer wanted to fly in British Columbia, take pictures of humpback whales and orcas. Adam B talked about flying in Papua New Guinea, South America and Australia, with some of the indigenous populations. Gordon Underwood said he wanted to use it to film in Guatemala at a hospital from a medical facility that he sponsors. and the list goes on and on. So there was a lot of really interesting comments. I do appreciate all the comments, and unfortunately, I can only pick one. So I'm gonna pick one winner. We're gonna announce the winner right now, and then after the winner, I'm gonna also pick. I have a backup. So here's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna announce the winner, and that winner has in the comments below, they need to just leave their email address. Okay. I will email you. That way we'll keep it, not here so no one can see your address. I'll email you, just send me your address and I'll ship the Mavic Mini to you. However, because we have so many people interested in it and for time, I want to get it done soon. I think it's only fair for everyone. So I'm going to give you 24 hours to respond give me your email address. So that person, the winner, has 24 hours to give me their email address below in the comments. After I send it out to them, email them, I will delete that comment so it's not there for everyone to see. Okay. If you don't get back to me within 24 hours, the winner, then I have a backup winner I've chosen, and you can also leave your email address here. So if that person doesn't reach out to me, we have a backup or like a runner up in case. Then they have 24 hours. I think we're going to get out of the two winners. I think one of them hopefully will respond. If not, then I'm going to have to find a plan C, but we'll plan on making that happen. Okay. So here we go. So the winner, without further ado, is Joel Harris. So Joel Harris said, I would use the drone to film my country, the famously beautiful country of Wales. I'm also going on an interrailing trip around Europe next summer, which I would love to film. And I'm also going to use it in Uganda to help out with some schools, as well as building some public toilets out there. It would all be great to film. So Joel Harris, though that sounds very, very ambitious, seems like you're doing some cool things and helping people out. So you are the winner. Okay. So congrats to Joel Harris. Just leave your email address in the comments below. I don't know if you're here. I don't think I see you in the live chat. I'm looking right now. Okay. With that said, so Joel Harris, you have 24 hours to get back to me with your email address so I can contact you and get your real address to ship the Mavic Mini to. Okay. Now we're going to pick a backup because if Joel doesn't get back to me in 24 hours, I do have a backup. And my backup is Christina Isabel Rivera. Okay. So Christina Isabel Rivera said she's using the Mavic Mini to work on my dream project in the Peruvian Amazon, where she has most of her family's from, and she wants to help them. Her goal is to collaborate with the local filmmakers there and to share some of her drone flying skills to bring awareness and help out the people in the Amazon. So I thought that was really cool. So Christina Isabel Rivera, you're the runner-up. If Joel doesn't get back to me within 24 hours, I will email you. Just leave your email address below here, and I will ship the Mavic Mini to you. So so hopefully we're going to have one winner. Hopefully it'll be Joel. If he doesn't get back to me, it's going to be Christina. Thank you everybody for your wonderful comments, questions. I did enjoy reading all of them. Some were rather humorous. Some of them were very touching. So, but most of them were pretty interesting. So I do appreciate that, and for supporting the channel. I think everyone would agree those are two, for Joel and Christina, I think those are two very worthy winners. It was very difficult to pick one winner because there were so many good comments. I went over a few comments before, so thank you all for your wonderful comments. And now we're just going to announce, we're going to go over some questions here. So does anyone have any questions about the Mavic Mini DJI drones you wanted to ask me? I couldn't answer all the comments, all the questions you had, because there's over 400 questions. So I would basically be doing that all day and I wouldn't be able to do anything else. So that don't take it personally. If I didn't get back to you, it's not because I didn't want to. Normally I do. It's just for this particular video, I had so many questions. Um, okay. How many minutes? So BenBot asks, how many minutes can I fly it for? Okay, so with wind, it decreases the amount of total time. So for the Mavic Mini, it still does get quite a bit of time. So I think 25 to 27 minutes is realistic. Okay, the mid 20s. Okay, so if it's real windy, maybe like 23, 24 minutes. If it's not so windy, maybe more like 26, 27, maybe 28 minutes. Okay, you're probably not going to get the full 30 minutes because that's just hovering in place in ideal conditions or just going at a steady speed in ideal conditions, which usually never happens. Okay. Can you do a proper sight test? Will the, I don't know what that means, proper sight test. Will as long as you can see the drone, that's what you want. Will the sensors facing down prevent it from landing on water? Okay. You got it. It's tricky. I've flown over water. I've flown just a few feet over water. It's been fine. Okay. So with that said, the reflection from the sun with the water, you never want to go too low. A, because the propellers could cause the water to maybe splash up on the drone, and two, you're so close to the water that it might see the reflection, think it's a ground, and it could possibly land or go down into the water. You never know. So I would recommend, especially if you're new, um, keep it at least like 5 meters above the water, at least 15 feet above. You could go a little lower if it's closer to you and you can clearly see that there's no problem, but I wouldn't risk it. Does it have active track like the DJI Osmo Mobile 3? Okay, so it does have. Oh, Joel, I think I got your email here. Okay, let me just do. Let me just copy that. Hold on, let me just copy that email. Glad to see you here. Let me just paste that email in before we go. And as soon as I get done with this live stream, I will send you an email. All right, so it looks like Joel's our winner. Awesome. Thank you, Joel, for your response. Good to see you, man. I hope you enjoyed the Mavic Mini. Hope everything goes well with it. And send me some videos when as you're going along doing all the things you wanted to do. Do you think they will upgrade to 4K through a firmware upgrade? No, I don't think they're going to upgrade to a 4K because that would hurt the other Mavic drones, especially the Mini. Who's the winner? The winner is Joel Harris. Joel Harris from Wales. I have a DJI Tello. Is it a massive upgrade from that? Yes, it's a massive upgrade from the Tello. It's a proper drone. I mean, it's a real outdoor drone. Whereas the Tello, you can fly it outdoors, but really, if it's too windy and it doesn't go very far, it's a totally different. It's a real camera. It's not like the Tello. It's got a real sensor in there. Not that the Tello's bad, but Tello's more of a toy. This is more of a real drone. Okay. Okay. What do I think about the drone Skydio 2? It looks very promising. It seems like they have a small factory. They make everyone by hand. So that's why they're not sending them out as much. They're not shipping them out as much, which may hurt their sales because DJI, I think we could see the Mavic 3 next year. So that could hurt them. Oh, Joel, thank you so much. You're welcome, man. Congratulations. Hope you use it well and stay in touch. Let me see what you're shooting because I would like to see. I'm always interested in what you guys have to shoot. So I'm excited about that trip for you, and I'd love to see what you shoot with it. Yes, I already announced the winner. The winner is Joel Harris. Is there going to be another giveaway anytime soon? I do giveaways from time to time. I will see. I don't know about a Mavic Mini, but maybe. If I do, maybe New Year's, maybe Christmas, New Year's, I might do another one. We'll see. Anything else? I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I can't make everyone else the winner. All right. We're gonna end this live stream. Any more questions before we go? If you haven't done so, you download my free drone gear guide. That's a constellation. I know it's a small constellation prize, but you will enjoy that. brettgaramella.com/guide. And there it has all my recommended drones. It goes through details. I talk about details of all the different features and settings and so forth, and specs of drones, accessories, software, and other apps and things I use. So I think that will be real handy for you. Thank you, Ray Kelly. Merry Christmas, Brett. Appreciate it, Ray. Merry Christmas to you, man. As a newbie like me to buy a Mavic Mini. Yes, Mavic Mini is fine for a newbie, though you got to be careful because it doesn't have obstacle avoiding sensors. So do what I said, calibrate the compass and keep it close to you when you first start flying. Don't fly it near a lot of obstacles. I saw your comment, Felice Albert to go. Yes, I saw your comment. That was very touching from Italy. Yes. You guys had some very touching comments. I know there's a few people had some really touching comments. Some people who had cancer or their mom had cancer and was dying, and this was their way to bond. That was very touching. And unfortunately, I can't pick a million winners. I can only pick one winner. And yes, I did read your comment. That was very touching. All right, that's it, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Good to see you guys. I will be releasing a few videos in the near future with the Mavic Mini. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you found some value out of it. Great to see everyone. Happy holiday. Enjoy whatever drone you're flying, and I will do more giveaways in the future. Congratulations to Joel Harris. Hope you enjoy this, and that's it for now. If you haven't done so, download my free drone gear guide, and thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you in the next one.